It's Tuesday, March the 14th, 2017, and this is your Barbados Today morning update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, there's deep concern at this time from two major social stakeholder entities that Barbadians could feel more pain if government insists on enforcing the law that requires VAT charges on zero-rated medicines. President of the local pharmaceutical society, Paul Gibson, says the best solution is to amend the law to create a win-win for patients and the state-owned Barbados Revenue Authority. Gibson said that a meeting last week with BRA did not come to any final conclusion on the issue, but follow-up talks to find the best solution are expected to be held shortly. He told Barbados Today that BRA did not enforce any new VAT charges on zero-rated medicines, but was merely pointing out what the law requires.
Their position is that the VAT is to be paid based on the laws. Our position was that VAT is not supposed to be charged, additional VAT is not to be charged on zero-rated items, and on prescription, but the reality is that we have not been charging VAT to patients on zero-rated items. We have not been charging, pharmacists have not been charging VAT to patients on zero-rated items. The law, however, says we should. The law, not BRA, the law. And so we really are looking at the two pieces of legislation and having conversations about it just to see how we could come to a win-win where Barbadians don't feel additional pain.
And the president of the Barbados Association of Retired Persons, Ed Bushell, has expressed grave concern that if patients were forced to pay VAT on zero-rated medicines, it could be a major problem for them. He also suggests that government changes the legislation to ease an already overtaxed population.
This was always there, but the former minister, whichever minister, some other minister, had told the fellows, look, it's there, but don't push it, and they never apply it. But now the VAT office now obviously looking for every single penny and said that this should be applied. So it's a matter of amending legislation if we can do that. Otherwise, I'm going to kill poor people again.
In other news now, the island's beleaguered foreign reserves are in for a major boost. Leading off debate on the 2017 estimates of revenue and expenditure in Parliament yesterday, Minister of Finance Chris Sinkler said he had asked the central bank to provide a backstop loan facility which would be used only if necessary to shore up the reserves.
I have advised the central bank, I should say, that following a recent offer from one reputable regional commercial bank to provide a backstop on the reserves, booster in terms of a loan facility, if necessary, and we will make that judgment over the next few months. We have been made an offer for up to $100 million on a loan. We have not taken it. We have not decided to do that as yet, but we will monitor the reserve situation over the course of the next month, and if necessary, we will engage that particular facility as given. But the staff from this week will be working on the specific details of that, and of course it has to come to the House of Assembly, so we will inform the House and the country as well as to that.
Sinkler, whose government had previously been reluctant to go the route of privatization, also revealed that another prize state entity could soon be up for sale.
Cabinet will shortly be asked to contemplate the sign-off of another viable and highly saleable commercial asset for which the government has already received no less than 12 very, very, very serious and lucrative, commendable offers, I should say. And it is expected that if that is approved by the cabinet, that it will earn in excess of $100 million during the course of this calendar year, and certainly over the course of the financial year.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Mayor Motley has described Sinkler's introduction to the estimates as an admission that the economy was in deep economic difficulties. Motley said that the minister's 6-hour presentation revealed an absolute failure by him, noting that he was forced by the circumstances of the government to deliver the speech he did. The opposition leader accused Sinclair of using 5 of his 6 hours to go on the defensive while reflecting and putting the blame on the previous government. She said she has never seen estimates as poorly prepared as these. A St. James man has been remanded to prison after being arrested and charged for raping an English visitor. 34-year-old David Best of Orange Hill is accused of raping the 46-year-old visitor on March the 5th at Old Town Beach. He appeared before Old Town Magistrate Wanda Blair yesterday and was ordered to return to court on April the 10th.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only $2.25, $2.20. Who? For what? That's Bear Stale News. I don't read about that on Barbados today since last night. That can't only care do. $2.20. Who?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
We're back with news from the region now. The Jamaica government has responded to a call by the Chief Executive Officer of the Sagico Group, Richard Biles, for a rollback in the general consumption tax on group health insurance. Biles says the tax will result in employees and their companies paying more for health insurance. But Minister Audley Shaw has a different view.
This also, in the case of this group health insurance, is an opportunity for the companies to see themselves playing their own part in helping to encourage further worker productivity by saying, listen, we are making here another contribution to you of $700 or $800 a month to preserve your health insurance, even as you are taking home more money in your pockets.
And finally, on the international scene, 14 million Americans will lose medical insurance by next year under a Republican plan to dismantle Obamacare that would also reduce the budget deficit. The nonpartisan U.S. Congressional Budget Office report forecasts that 24 million more people would be uninsured in 2026 if the plan being considered in the House of Representatives were adopted.
So we disagree strenuously with the report that was put out. We believe that our plan will cover more individuals at a lower cost and give them the choices that they want, for the coverage that they want for themselves and for their family, not that the government forces them to buy. The fact of the matter is, if you look at that, it's virtually impossible to have that number occur. We're not certain, again, we haven't been able to read the report.
They're not credible?
Well, you just look at the numbers. There are 8 million people, 9 million people who are on the exchange currently. I'm not sure how they're going to get to 14 million people uninsured, if that's what they say, with only 8 million people on the exchange. It's just not believable, is what we would suggest. And we'll look at the numbers and see.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.